NHL starts in 6 days. That's huge. I mean, we get a week here with no hockey, which unfortunate, I guess. But we're right back into it next week. But yeah, I mean, we got Leafs and Habs there.
I was gonna say starting
Wednesday
off strong.
night.
Leafs
Yeah,
Habs.
and Wednesday there's a 6:30 start. I just seen today too.
Who's playing who?
Pittsburgh and Philly 6:30 start. So Friday. When is this Wednesday night? I mean. I mean, I guess it's not a day drink day, but 6:30 you're getting on it early because that's going to be a hell of a game too.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, no, so that's exciting. I mean,
What are the 56 game schedule? 50?
Yeah.
56?
Yeah.
6.
Come on, boys. There's going to be.
So
have you guys
that's-
seen the schedule?
Yeah, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
intense. Yeah.
I like this little
It's
series
intense.
format. So I seen someone play someone like 3 times in a row or something crazy.
the Kings and
Is it
Ducks
4?
play each other 12 times in their last 16 games.
If there's not a
I
brawl,
That's a
think.
huge rivalry.
Oh
too.
my God, it's gonna be
Man.
awesome. Well, that's why I'm really excited to see Calgary and Edmonton just go
Oh
out there
my
and
God.
There's going
pound
to be
each
so
other's
much
faces in.
content out there. Oh, it's going to be.
Oh, yeah, it's
so
gonna
many
be-
storylines, so many things to post. Oh, this is
Balaji's
this is all
getting
we want.
goosebumps.
and there's a Canadian division. Like, High Button Sports is Canadian for anyone watching at home that doesn't know that. So there's just so much to come together. Oh,
Yeah.
You watch how many people just tune out the American teams too. Completely forget about them up here. They're just going to be so focused on the Canadian
oh
division.
yeah. Whoever wins the Canadian division wins the cup in my mind.
It
Like,
better
that's
be,
awesome.
yeah, they're coming to Parliament. Did we do that here?
Yeah.
I don't know. Nobody
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
Do we do that? Did the Raptors go to Parliament when they won? I mean, we
Oh,
don't
that's
have
a-
any winners
that's
here.
a-
Yeah, we don't win often.
Yeah, the Jays 90. Did they go anywhere? I don't know.
I wasn't alive in 92, 93. So
No, I was like
don't
3.
know.
So I mean,
Touch them all, Joe.
So we start with Leafs Habs.
good one.
And,
But I love that.
and then the season ends 3 times Leafs Habs. So
Yeah.
that'll have standings implications big time too. But yeah, it's going to be exciting. What are you thinking of the Leafs training camp so far?
Oh well, actually, I was going to tell you. I don't know if you probably seen it. Saturday's game is on TV. The blue and white game.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it?
It's going to be on
Yeah, it is.
TSN Sports on our Bull Show. I don't know how that
When?
works out.
When?
Saturday night.
Oh, nice.
So 8 o'clock start for us.
That'd be great.
But no, I just want the season to start. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
and like when the season starts, it's to the point now as a Leafs fan, like just get to the playoffs and see what you're doing in the playoffs. Like I don't think they're in any threat not making the playoffs in the Canadian division. So to me, it's just like get through the regular season, stay healthy, no major injuries, and let's just see what they can do in the playoffs.
Yep.
And this is that season where I'm not saying there's going to be a team that wins it that doesn't deserve it, but this is that team where the teams that aren't necessarily prepared can win. It could be that fluke win because it's not an 82 game
Yeah.
it's not an 82 game season. So let's say you have a young roster, or maybe you have an older roster. Let's say that, but you still play 56 games. Sorry.
Yep.
I don't
Well, what
know
if
you
Marner
still have,
and,
you still have a shot?
Marner Matthews get COVID. I mean, anybody.
that's a good point.
Anybody.
There's
There's
gonna be a
anybody
lot
can.
of-
Yeah.
Strange storylines.
There's a lot of things that are happening,
And it's anybody's ballgame this year, I think.
which is kind of exciting. Anyone
I
can
agree.
win.
I agree. That's what makes hockey the best sport out there. Because there's not much parity in other sports compared to hockey.
Any given night, any team can win a game.
100%.
I think the NHL is probably the only league where you will see on a consistent basis 31 beats 1. Like
Yeah.
it probably happens like once a year. You know what I mean?
man.
Like the Red Wings last year still won 20 games.
Yeah.
And,
Well, every
you
year in the
know,
playoffs, there's a huge upset in the
exactly,
first round.
Yep.
exactly.
Every year.
So I mean, yeah, it is going to be interesting. Like I said, storylines: who gets COVID, who somebody could tear their ACL tomorrow on the ice.
Yeah.
There's
That's
a
another
whole
thing with
lack
hockey.
of
Yeah.
things.
Injuries.
Yeah. Injuries,
Big
and,
thing.
with series playing back to the rivalries. There's tons to follow. It's going to be.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
Teams with the most depth, I think, are gonna be the ones that succeed.
Yeah.
Like we're
Yeah.
gonna have a lot of two games in 3 nights type thing. You're gonna need your backup goalie. So like thinking of a team like Edmonton who barely have a starter, they might have Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. Maybe
they're
that's
gonna
enough
have
to
to
carry them
outscore
through.
them.
But
That's enough
yeah.
to get them to the playoffs, but I don't know if that's enough to get them any further into the playoffs.
It's going to be a shootout every single night. Because,
Exactly.
I mean, Mikko Koskinen's not going to stop you many pucks.
Well, look what
I
happened in
think.
Chicago,
Yeah.
first round.
Yeah.
I mean, unreal.
Yeah.
What, 4 games?
Yeah, I saw Jumbo Joe on line 1.
Yeah, Jumbo's playing up there.
Well, yeah.
I don't know how long that's going to be because, I mean, he can't play 20 minutes a night or whatever, 17
I
minutes
think
a night every night.
I think Jumbo Joe is going to be the type of guy to play one game a series and then just watch the rest from the press. But
I think you could probably see him chuck down the third line winger too. I don't think you're going to see much
Absolutely.
center of him at all. Like at
Yeah,
all.
oh yeah, he's not going to play center. I mean,
I
the
think
Leafs, they're deep at center too.
I think
Yeah.
his presence in the dressing room is just where you
Oh,
really want him.
definitely.
It's that leadership
Definitely.
ability when they're in the playoffs in Game 4. Maybe they're down by a game. It's that calmness that he brings.
Well, that's
And he's a
something the Leafs
character.
need badly
Yeah.
because the Leafs are a young team. I mean, they have Muzzin who's won a cup. that's where it stops.
But even Muzzin, Marlowe, like these were serious dudes. Like not that Joe isn't, but Joe's a character. Like if you ever seen, like he's a riot. So I mean, that's a huge. And they signed Ron Hainsey today, Taxi Squad or whatever.
The Leafs signed Ron Hainsey. I didn't
they brought him back.
Great.
Oh, wow. So,
that guy, I hated him with the Leafs.
No, but you're gonna have to bring in like I thought to myself, like why when you signed like Travis Hamonic to a professional trial, because you're gonna need Taxi Squad guys, right? So
that's another thing that's going on. You know, the taxi squads and guys are just kind of hanging out because the 3 teams opted out of the AHL. So that's where minor leaguers are out of a job. So all those AHL guys in those organizations are either going to be in the taxi squad or the East Coast. Dude, or they go overseas.
There's one AHL conf because they're doing the same thing as the AHL. There's one division with 3 teams.
Yeah, so they have a Canadian division with 3 teams.
Oh
wow!
It's
might as well just stay in the same city.
I mean, yeah, like
imagine the brawls that would happen in that. Just fights galore back like that
the
was
Iron
back in the day. Yeah, that's right. The Iron League.
That's
There's such an unpredictability in sports right now. Just such an unpredictability. Like who knows what will happen in certain.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, we can sit here and predict, as much as we want. We could have Matt and Coach Bombay on Twitter going back and forth.
That was fantastic.
Yell at each other about Caulfield or Robertson, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, we have no idea. I mean, like perfect example of that. I know you and Coach Bombay love your prospects and talk about that. Yeah. But I mean, who pegged Devin Levi to be the goalie of the tournament in the World Juniors, right? Like this guy played Junior A last year. Nobody knew who he was. He wasn't in the World Junior camp. And he shows up, and now he's on the fast track to being the next big thing.
He didn't even play a college game this year.
No, because, I mean, that was because of COVID. Yeah. The normal season he would have. But, he's lights out, man. It's awesome. It's unpredictable for sure.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of Bombay, Coach Bombay.
And we have a lot of fun there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm having a blast with it. He is hilarious, too. So it's fun to have that back and forth. But I'm just hyped to have this Canadian division because, like, it's going to be toxic all through Canada. These rivalries, not only just the teams, but the fans are going to be going at each other. And so I may as well bring it up now. I'm hyped for the Habs. I think they're strong as hell coming into this season. Toughness, I think they're extremely tough. I think they're the toughest team in the Canadian division. Not going to lay it out any clearer than that. Their defense is strong. They got the skill to mix and match in there. They're going to be rolling 4 or 5 lines some nights. You know what I mean? Like, because they've got 2 fourth lines and one of them can't play every night. But and then Carey Price factor, Jake Allen back there. I think Jake Allen was a good addition. Yeah, every single night I don't see how the Habs have a weakness in there unless they get.
You would have scored on Jake Allen too. You would have scored on Jake Allen also.
What are you talking about?
We played against Jake Allen.
Did we?
Yeah, he played for Fredericton.
Oh, man, they were good.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So
I love the Josh Anderson.
That was huge.
Josh Anderson pickup. I like him.
Power forward that can score, and he's incredibly fast.
Joel Edmondson.
So, we've been going through a bit of a reset here, but I'm glad that the timing worked out, that when this Canadian division happens, the Habs are actually icing a team that can compete with the better teams in the division.
I think
like the Leafs, like the Calgary Flames.
Oh, they're a playoff team.
I think the Habs make the playoffs.
I think they'll probably play their best hockey in the playoffs because I think the toughness factor really applies there, and that's where the Leafs struggle. Because I really
Wayne Simmons.
That's why they added Wayne Simmons, but. And then, the Leafs bounce out of the first round every time because they got, Marner's their toughest player out there blocking shots. Like, that can't
because they run into Boston every year. They're not there anymore.
Well, last year, too, you had goalies set NHL records. I mean, to think the Leafs got outplayed last year is just a lie. Like, the goaltenders they ran into in the best 3 to 5 was just... You have to find ways to score, don't get me wrong, but Corpuscello and... What was the other guy there?
Mers
Lincolns. They were just... they were unstoppable.
That series was... just ridiculous.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
So
it'll be exciting to watch.